Welcome to CARICOMP Insider, where high-tech facial recognition meets real-world intelligence.
Back in 2015, hackers broke into a U.S. government office and walked away with the fingerprints of more than 5 million people. Those people can't change their fingerprints. They never will. That data is out there, tied to them, forever. Keep that in mind, because a country of 22 million people is about to collect the fingerprints of anyone who wants a passport. Sri Lanka just moved a new immigration bill through its cabinet. It builds the legal foundation for a biometric passport system, one where your fingerprint becomes the key to leaving the country. If you've ever handed over a passport photo without thinking twice, this story is about the next step. Because a photo you can retake, a fingerprint you're stuck with. So what exactly are people signing up for when they can't opt out? Let's start with the law being replaced. Sri Lanka's current Immigration Act was written in 1948. That's a 76-year-old rulebook. It was drafted decades before digital storage even existed. So updating it isn't unreasonable. The old system genuinely can't handle modern identity fraud. For a traveler, that means fewer fake passports and fewer stolen identities at the border. The centerpiece is something called an automated fingerprint identification system. In plain terms, a computer that matches your fingerprint against a database when you apply for a passport. The government's pitch is simple. One person, one passport. No duplicates, no assumed identities. But officials haven't published how accurate the system is. They haven't said who audits it. The machine makes the call. And you're trusting it works. Now the part that should make you sit up. The bill doesn't say how long your fingerprints get stored. It doesn't say which government ministry can access them. It doesn't say what happens if the database gets breached. Cabinet approved it without publishing any of those answers. That's the gap. You're asked to hand over something permanent with no printed promise about how it's protected. And this is where the fingerprint problem is different from every password you've ever had. When a company leaks your password, you change it in 30 seconds. When a database leaks your fingerprint, there's no reset button. Ask the 5 million people from that 2015 breach. Their fingerprints are still out there, still tied to their names, more than a decade later. For anyone building a case on a biometric match, that permanence cuts both ways. A leaked print can be planted, reused, or doubted in court. For the rest of us, it means one bad breach follows you for life. Here's the reframe. This was never really a fight between security and privacy. It's a transparency gap dressed up as modernization. Biometric passports can absolutely stop fraud, but only when a government publishes the rules first. How long, who, and what if it breaks? So here's the whole thing in one breath. Sri Lanka wants your fingerprint to get a passport. That fixes fake IDs, but the government hasn't said how it'll guard the data. And unlike a password, a fingerprint can't be changed once it leaks. Whether you cross borders for work or just renew a passport every 10 years, the question is the same. Do you know what happens to your body's data after you hand it over? The full breakdown's in the show notes if you want the deep dive.
Now you know something most people in this industry don't. Use it. And when you're ready to put it to work, caricomp.com. We'll see you tomorrow.